This is my video tutorial on the daily life in Babylon. As the civilization of Sumer weakened, the Babylonians took over. King Hammurabi declared Babylon to be the capital of Babylonia. The Babylonians had a different language than the Sumerians. However, they believed in most of the same gods. To the Sumerians, Marduk was an important god. To the Babylonians, Marduk was the most important god of all. It will probably come as no surprise to you to discover that the special patron god selected by King Hammurabi for his capital city of Babylon was the one and only chief of all the gods, Marduk. Since the city was built in honor of Marduk, it had to be the best city in the world. Indeed, for its time, it probably was. Order was kept by Hammurabi's code of law. A stele standing in the center of town with each of Hammurabi's laws engraved in stone. Because his code of law is recognized as one of the world's first set of written laws, it may be what Hammurabi is best remembered for. Rooftops were especially important. People had easy access to their roofs from inside their homes. Roofs were flat for a reason. Flat roofs provided a fourth living space. Much of a Babylonian's life was spent on the roof. Why? Remember, Babylon was a walled city, and these roofs were inside the city walls. Remember also that Mesopotamia is a desert region. Rooftops gave the Babylonians hope of catching a breeze off the river and getting some relief from the desert heat. Inside the walled city, the streets in ancient Babylon were very narrow. Most streets were unpaved. Streets or alleyways provided access to everyone's front door. The streets also served as a garbage dump. People simply threw their trash out the door. The city covered the streets with a new layer of clay. This buried the trash, but made the level of the street higher. Babylon was a sight. Even from a distance, Babylon was an impressive place. Visitors could see the top of the 300-foot-high ziggurat or the temple tower in the city's center long before they reached the huge city gates. One of the most impressive sights was the street that led into the city. This street was called Procession Avenue. Huge prancing brick animals were positioned along both sides of the avenue as decoration. The avenue passed under elaborate gates dedicated to the Babylonian goddess of love, Ishtar. The Ishtar gates were designed with dragons and bulls in honor of Babylon's patron god, Marduk. Most mythical dragons have wings. Marduk's dragon was wingless. It looked somewhat like a huge dragon dog. Each year, during the New Year festival, statues of the gods were paraded along Processional Avenue. The statue of Marduk, chief of all the gods, led the parade, attended by his caretaker priests. This third statue in the parade featured the sun god Shamash. More statues followed in a seemingly endless procession of gods and goddesses, each attended by their respective caretaker priests. Each major city in ancient Babylonia celebrated the festival of the New Year in much the same way. Many people, however, braved the terrors of travel so that they could visit the capital city, Babylon, at festival time, because they so wanted to see its famous annual procession of the gods. Legend says that Babylonian king Nebuchadnezzar built the Hanging Gardens to please his wife who was homesick for her native land, Media. In order to make her happy, Nebuchadnezzar built the gardens to resemble a mountain from her homeland. He even had the garden's plants imported from Media so that his queen could spend hours walking through the gardens, be reminded of her homeland, and be cured of her homesickness. 5 things to take away from this slideshow. Babylon was founded by King Hammurabi. Babylon is a capital city of Babylonia. Babylon's god is the god Marduk. The Ishtar gates were very important, as they were ceremonial and had big statues of gods. The Hanging Gardens is one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world. Thank you for watching my slideshow presentation on Babylon.